Good morning. Our universalist heritage proposes that each person is made of divine goodness, and science offers that we are stardust. Whatever your beliefs, know that you are a gift inherently worthy of love, and in this shared moment of our journey, may you feel witnessed and honored, because love is the spirit of all souls.
Good morning. Whether you are here with us now or you're catching us later, welcome. My name is Emily Salinas, and my pronouns are she, ella, and I'm honored to be one of your worship associates for today. And joining me as our other worship associate is Mr. Austin Mitchell, pronouns he, him. And we also have Nancy Olson, our dedicated acting director of Faith Formation, pronouns she, her, and Gabe Perbieri, our talented music director, pronouns he, him. We extend a warm and joyful welcome to people of all ages. If you have little ones with you, please know that nursery care is available for your convenience. We do invite everyone to connect with us by filling out a connection card. You may see that at the end of your pew. You can complete this physical card and you can place it in the offering basket later on, or you can fill out a digital connection card by scanning the QR code located just outside of the sanctuary. So this is a great way to let us know how we can support you, share any interests, comments, questions, changes in your life, anything you may want to share with us. After the service, don't forget to please join us in Harris Hall for coffee hour, where we will have coffee and fellowship. As we begin our time together, we acknowledge the land itself and those who have sustained it through the generations. We are up on the unceded land of the Lenape, Mayamia, Kaskaskia, Shawnee, and Kickapoo people who were pushed from their land and whose children have been stolen for generations. As we strive to be a community of justice, may we continue to find ways to make those reparations, excuse me. And so, let us now greet your neighbors, especially those who are new or returning, with our names and pronouns. And when we come back, we'll sing hymn 311, Let It Be a Dance. So please greet your neighbors. Hello, it's so good to see you.
Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you, through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Let a dancing song be heard. Play the music, say the words, and fill the sky with sailing birds. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Learn to follow, learn to lead. Feel the rhythm, feel the need. To reap the harvest, plant the seed. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you, through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Everybody turns and spin. Let your body learn to bend. And like a willow with the wind, let it be a dance, a dance. Let it be a dance. A child is born, the old must die. A time to joy, a time to cry. Take it as it passes by. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you, through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Morning star comes out at night. Without the dark there is no light. If nothing's wrong then nothing's right. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let the thunder and the rain share the laughter, bear the pain, and run around and go again. Let it be a dance.
In Wild Geese, Mary Oliver said, "You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves."
And we offer to you these words by the Reverend Erica Hewitt. As we enter into worship, put away the pressures of the world that ask us to perform, to take up masks, to put on brave fronts.
Silence the voices that ask you to be perfect. This is a community of compassion and welcoming.
You do not have to do anything to earn the love contained within these walls. You do not have to be braver, smarter, stronger, better than you are in this moment to belong here with us.
You only have to bring the gift of your body, no matter how able. Your seeking mind, no matter how busy. Your animal heart, no matter how broken. Bring all that you are and all that you love to this hour together. Let us worship
together.
Good morning. Oh, each week we take this moment to think about and talk and speak together our covenant, this very same covenant that we have been saying since the beginning of this congregation. It is a time to renew our promise to each other and to our values and to the changes that we continue to experience during this time. So if you would please rise as you are able. And we will say the words listed in the order of celebration in Spanish first. El amor es el espíritu de esta iglesia y el servicio es su ley. Vivir juntos en paz buscar la verdad en el amor y ayudarnos unos a otros. Este es nuestro pacto. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. This is our covenant. Thank you. You may be seated.
How many kiddos do we have here today?
I forgot to ask them to light the chalice.
Were we? Well,
Did you light the chalice?
did you all know that bees and flowers have what we call a mutualistic relationship? This is a relationship where both the bees and the flowers benefit. They help each other to grow and to flourish. Flowers provide bees with nectar and pollen. Worker bees collect nectar and pollen and then take it home to feed their entire colonies. Bees give flowers a way to reproduce by spreading pollen from flower to flower in a process called pollination. If bees didn't help spread pollen, plants would not be able to create seeds and we wouldn't have flowers. Can you imagine that? To see this in action right now, pollination, you can walk out to our beautiful butterfly garden just outside these walls. Here, All Souls, and you can see all of our bees. It's very active right now, gathering nectar on the bee balm and the coneflowers. You may have already known about this mutually beneficial relationship between our bees and flowers, but did you know that this is just one example of how one species can help another grow and to, as my daughter would say, live its best life?
Yes, and Emily, you know, many people believe that certain plant combinations have extraordinary and mysterious powers that help each other grow. And my mother loved companion planting. She used to talk about how you would put the different plants together to keep the pests away. They complement and benefit each other, and companion planting has been practiced for thousands and thousands of years. Since the beginning of plants and pests and bees and butterflies,
Sure.
and something ate the tops off all my sweet potatoes. The other potatoes, not the sweet ones. But we know that tall plants provide shade for shorter plants that are sensitive to the sun. I don't know if we got those carrots planted yet, but we're planting some carrots. We did plant some carrots in between our tomatoes out in our Faith Formation garden. So some of the other things are that marigolds planted with melons keep worms from eating melon roots. And putting tomatoes with cabbage protects the cabbage from moth larvae that chew holes in the leaves. I mean, nature is astonishing.
And perhaps the most famous example of companion gardening is the Native American Three Sisters technique. It originated with the Haudenosaunee Native Americans who planted beans, corn, and squash together. They created a healthy and a sustainable environment for all three plants. The corn would support the beans as their vines climbed upward, while the beans added nitrogen to the soil. The squash, as you know, has sprawling vines and these big leaves, and that would be a natural weed barrier, and it would help the soil to keep moisture. So this method has come to be known as the Three Sisters technique, and it was adopted by various tribes throughout history. This technique is still used today and by many, many people, and it is a testament to the ingenuity and the wisdom of all of those who came before us.
All of these combinations, and really many more, you can Google it, with companion planting, and you'll find out a lot more. They can help to eliminate the need for fertilizers and pesticides, and these chemicals that are often used on food keep harmful insects away, because by planting companions together, we can have healthy crops and that naturally control diseases and pests. And today, companion gardening is becoming more popular as gardeners search for ways to create sustainable and organic gardens and to work in harmony with nature. So you too can honor this legacy and these traditions of companion planting, even if you don't go home and plant a garden. The next time you go for a walk in the park, you can notice the natural beauty of the thriving gardens all around, and you can take a moment to ponder the mutually beneficial relationships that exist in the natural world and in our own lives. Thank you.
As our children leave for classes, please rise and body your spirit. And we are going to sing song 1051 in your blue hymnal, or teal hymnal, We Are.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to help you guys with something. In the very beginning, we sing, "For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sing to the universe who we are." Everybody's singing a different rhythm there. Let's make sure we're singing the same rhythm. So listening one more time. Sings to the universe who we are. Can you sing just this with me? Ready, go. Sings to the universe who we are. Perfect. Now let's sing this very beginning, just 2 lines together. Let's. I love when you guys sing well. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. Woohoo! Thank you.
That was wonderful. Thank you, Gabe. I'd like to take this time to share some more information about the Three Sisters tradition by reading an excerpt from the book Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. So, years ago, Awiakta, a Cherokee writer, pressed a small packet into my hand. It was a corn leaf, dry and folded into a pouch, tied with a bit of string. She smiled and warned, "Don't open till spring." In May, I untie the packet, and there is the gift, the 3 seeds. One is a golden triangle, a kernel of corn with a broadly dimpled top that narrows to a hard white tip. The glossy bean is speckled brown, curved and sleek, its inner belly marked with a white eye, the hilum. Its sides like a polished stone between my thumb and forefinger, but this is no stone. And there is a pumpkin seed like an oval china dish, its edge crimped shut like a pie crust, bulging with filling. I hold in my hand the genius of indigenous agriculture, the 3 sisters. Together these plants, corns, bean, and squash, feed the people, feed the land, and feed our imaginations, telling us how we might live. For millennia, from Mexico to Montana, women have mounded up the earth and laid these 3 seeds in the ground, all in the same square foot of soil. When the colonists on the Massachusetts shore first saw indigenous gardens, they inferred that the savages did not know how to farm. To their minds, a garden meant straight rows of a single species, not a 3-dimensional sprawl of abundance. And yet, they ate their fill, and asked for more, and more again. The corn stands 8 feet tall. Rippling green ribbons of leaf curl away from the stem in every direction to catch the sun. No leaf sits directly over the next, so that each can gather light without shading the others. The bean twines around the corn stalk, weaving itself between the leaves of the corn, never interfering with their work. In the spaces where corn leaves are not, buds appear on the vining bean and expand into outstretched leaves and clusters of fragrant flowers. The bean leaves droop and are held close to the stem of the corn. Spread around the feet of the corn and beans is a carpet of big, broad squash leaves that intercept the light that falls among the pillars of corn. Their layered spacing uses the light, a gift from the sun, effectively, with no waste. The organic symmetry of forms belongs together. The placement of every leaf, the harmony of shapes speak their message. Respect one another, support one another, bring your gift to the world and receive the gifts of others, and there will be enough for all. It's tempting to imagine that these 3 are deliberate in working together, and perhaps they are. But the beauty of the partnership is that each plant does what it does in order to increase its own growth. But as it happens, when the individuals flourish, so does the whole. Of all the wise teachers who have come into my life, none are more eloquent than these, who wordlessly, in leaf and vine, embody the knowledge of relationship. Alone, a bean is just a vine. Wordlessly, in leaf and vine, alone a bean is just a vine. Squash an oversized leaf. Only when standing together with corn does a whole emerge which transcends the individual. The gifts of each are more fully expressed when they are nurtured together than alone. In ripe ears and swelling fruit, they counsel us that all gifts are multiplied in relationship. This is how the world keeps going. And now, please join us in singing hymn number 346, Come Sing a Song with Me. please join me in taking a few moments to note that which is currently bringing joy or sorrow to our community. The Snyder family is expecting. Laura and Evan Snyder are excited to announce that they're expecting their third child due in January 2025. John Burns and Ray Duncan want to express their joy that Phil Soper is a member. He got the Memorial Garden fountain running when John and Ray had trouble doing it, so thank you, Phil, for your expertise. And now let us hold a moment of silence together for the joys and sorrows in our hearts that are yet unnamed. Thank you. Now, I also want to celebrate the joy of all the things that this congregation has done together. Now, mind you, I have only been with the church for less than a year, and I've already seen Spanish language learning opportunities, book groups reading about the experiences of BIPOC folks, congregants engaging with drag performances in the sanctuary multiple times. Stay with me, this is a long list, I'm not done. Courses on dismantling white supremacy, multicultural ministry workshops about healthy conflict, and opportunities to learn about and be welcoming to folks with marginalized gender identities. All of these have been incredible opportunities for individual growth. I've been fortunate to participate in many of these opportunities, and I've also been able to witness the growth of myself and those around me. And as each of us grows in our own ways, our growth is bolstered by that of our friends and our neighbors here, and that in turn gives way to the growth of our culture and community in incredible ways. So, I would like to invite us all to reflect on and celebrate our growth as individuals and our growth together as a community by building a beautiful flower. I know it may look a little strange right now, or even alien, but you'll get to help remedy that. We have small flower blossoms in a plethora of colors, which we can add to this large flower to create a beautiful collage of colors. As you select a flower blossom, we encourage you to think about all the ways that your personal growth has benefited from being part of this community. And then, as your blossom is added to the flower, think about all the ways that you have contributed to the growth of our congregation's culture. And if you are new or a visitor, we still welcome you to participate and reflect on times that you have been able to grow together with others. If you would like to select a flower blossom and have it added in your stead, just raise your hand and we will be glad to bring them to wherever you are. And now, Liz has some music for us while we conduct the ritual. Thank you all so much for participating. While each color is vibrant on its own, seeing the combined colors from all of us, it's even more beautiful than I imagined. And even though there may be a few empty spots, it makes me look forward to all the growth that we still have ahead of us as a community. Since Article 2 has passed at General Assembly and JetPig is official, I hope that every time you look at this flower, it will remind you of our interdependence. And thus it's time to express our interdependence in yet another way.
This week, we are sharing our offering plate with the Freedom School. The Freedom School aligns with our UU values by helping children to discover their inherent greatness and potential. The CDF Freedom Schools host summer programs that are designed to increase literacy, self-esteem, socio-emotional skills, and a love of learning. To contribute, you can gift cash or a check into the collection plate, or if you are online, you can go to allsoulsindy.org, where you will find a link that says, Give to All Souls Here. It's beneath the description for today's service. Please do indicate if your gift is a pledge payment or if it is for Share the Plate. Thank you for your generosity in supporting the mission of All Souls, and for your continued love for one another and for this world. The morning offering may now be given and gratefully received.
In reverence now we gather for the blessings we have known. That we journey not alone.
We give to you these words by Eileen B. Carpeels. If that which is most holy lies within the human person, and if the greatest power in the world shines flickering and uncertain from each individual heart, then it is easy to see the value of human associations dedicated to nurturing that light, the couple, the family, the religious community. For the power of good in any one of us must at times waver, but when a group together is dedicated to nurturing the power of good, it is rare for the light of all to grow dim in the same moment. So we borrow courage and wisdom from one another to warm us and keep us until we're together again. Thank you.